All right, everybody, let's get at it right now. Thank you for your patience. Let's get at it. What's up, everybody? This is Prime Sports Media. Thank you for coming over and checking out this broadcast. Now, I wanted to broadcast on Thursday a lot earlier, but, life gets in the way. So we're going to do what we can. There's a whole bunch of stuff to talk about right now in terms of the battle against Kansas. I've got some intangible data for you. I had a chance to kind of study their team, and there's a lot of things that we don't want to be caught up in. I'm going to say right up now, let's just throw out the window Kansas record, okay? Let's throw it out the window because when Shedeur said to us, and people laughed at Shedeur when he said this, remember, it was all over social media. Shedeur said, everybody, that we're everybody's Super Bowl. And you had the haters in the media that were making fun of what he said, questioning what he said. No, it's true. All these teams are getting up for CU. When they've got an opportunity to play against this CU team, they are getting up for them. They're not playing around. So therefore, the only way we lose to any of these teams, ladies and gentlemen, the only way we lose is if we're not focused, if we're not on our game, if we're not playing fundamental football. The defense has been carrying the team. The defense must continue to stand up. I think that Kansas has something to prove. This week, we've heard players out of Kansas talking. I don't know if it's much about nothing, but I've got some clips. We'll see what you think about that. But we got to stay focused because the game is played on the field, not on social media. It's not played, people going back and forth at each other. But at the end of the day, CU has a chance, and we've been saying this, to run the table. All they got to do, they got to beat Kansas. They're going to be playing in Arrowhead Stadium. That's a famous stadium where Kansas City Chiefs play. It's going to be rocking. My observation is that if CU can withstand the environment, which I think they can, I believe they can because they've been playing in hostile environments. Look, they just played in a hostile environment against Texas Tech where people were throwing plastic bottles at them, tortillas at them, and what have you. They withstand, even though they lost, they played in a pretty damn hostile environment when they played Nebraska this year. Everywhere they played, they have been in a hostile environment, in some cases or another. So I think that they can adapt to playing in a professional football stadium like Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas. I don't see it as being something that's going to hold them back. Now, when I put their standings up in the Big 12, you can see with your own eyes that CU is 3-0 on the road. They're 3-1 at home. They're 3-0 away from home so far. 3-1 at home this year. They're 6-1 overall, tying them with BYU. BYU has been the team to chase in the Big 12. They're tied with BYU. They're tied with the home record with BYU, and they're tied with the away record. Okay? Now, Kansas, as you know, is 3-4 in the Big 12. They're 2-1 at home, so they can lose at home. They're 1-3 away. God, I wish they were playing at Folsom for this game, but at the end of the day, Kansas can be beat. There's a reason why they've been losing games and have not played well. I've got the data. I'm going to break that data to you. However, even though Kansas has had some shortcomings in this season in the way they've been playing, they're going to give CU their best if they can. And that's why Shedeur was right when he says that we're everybody's Super Bowl. Just keep that in mind. They are everybody's Super Bowl. These other coaches, these other teams are sick and tired of hearing the name of who other than Shedeur Sanders. They're not going to be honest with you, but they're tired of hearing the name of Travis Hunter. That they're tired of hearing it, and they're getting up for it because they want to say, hey, we can match up with them. We're going to get into that today. We're going to get into the Kansas game, where it's going. I want to appreciate everybody that's coming to the chat room so far right now. Thank you for supporting the channel. We're doing the damn thing over here on a Friday night. Alicia is in the house saying, what's up, information man? Thank you. My man, Brandon Coles, photographer. Make sure you check out his channel. Got beautiful photographs, beautiful channel over there. The brother is a complete professional, incredible photos. Cinema, the brother, incredible stuff over there. So check him out. Jeffrey Bay is in the house saying, Buffs ramp up, practice, CU will win. They will make adjustments. Yeah, they will. I had a chance to look at Well Off Media. Coach Prime was telling them to pay attention to details. Coach Prime was saying to them all this week that I want you to practice like it's the game. Practice today. Practice like you're playing in the game. The way you practice today or practice this whole week determines how you will play in the game. I'm with Coach Prime on that 100%. He told the truth. I've had a chance to look at those videos. Now, before I get into the matchup between CU and the Kansas Jayhawks, should I say, not Kansas City, but Kansas Jayhawks football team and their program, I want to also bring up something else that I'm very happy with. Now, I don't want anybody to, I don't want to come off as arrogant here, but damn it, y'all know, and I'm not saying that other content creators didn't believe this, but I know on this channel, I said to you all, when people were sending me messages or leaving me comments in the comment section, when I kept saying they were going to get Juju, did not everybody, you know, I've been saying this, put sevens in the chat room. I never wavered in my belief that Juju would eventually commit to this program. I never, ever wavered, y'all. I did a video about it on this channel. I hope you all seen that video. I had people coming in the comment section saying, oh, it's a done deal. He's going to USC. He's going to Auburn. Oh, no. It may not happen. Y'all know damn well, everybody that supports this channel, that I've been singing the song of this young man right here. I said it on last week's video. I said it throughout the period of time that they were going to get this young man, okay? This high school phenom out of Georgia. There he is. The man himself, Juju. I believed when many people didn't believe. How could you not believe that he was going to commit to CU when he was on a podcast? He was on the old podcast with Shedeur, chopping it up. He has been chopping it up with the players on CU behind the scenes and in our face on podcast. That was a dead giveaway. Not to mention Shirley, PGH, Big Dog, and everybody in the chat room. My man Brandon Cole's photograph says, I love that this game is at Kansas Chiefs Stadium. It's like neutral ground. That's right, it is neutral ground. That's right. Honestly, the NFL stadium, Travis Shedeur could be playing against the Chiefs next year. I know they are stoked. You are absolutely right. I give you a clap. Detroit Down D-Town says, what's up, Prime Sports Media? Hey, what's up to you? Thank you for coming over. Quincy Robinson says, CU coaching staff, okay, has veteran Hall of Fame coaches. They will have those young men. Matter of fact, we know that they got these young men ready for the game. But my point being right now is that it was always in our face. The red flags were not red flags, but the truth was always in our face when he was doing podcasts with folks like Shedeur. It was always in our face when he sort of wavered with USC as they wavered with him. The talk about him going to Georgia was another red herring. This young man knew that he was going to commit to CU from the very get-go. I'm just here to say that I was one of the people who never wavered on these YouTube streets about this. Never said, well, well, I don't think we're going to get him. Well, it looks like he's going to USC. Well, it looks like he's going to Georgia. Oh, forget about it. Let's move on to the next quarterback available. I never said that. I said that there were quarterbacks out there available that they could probably try to recruit, but I never wavered away from Juju. I was always consistent on this channel in my belief that they would get Juju. Well, we all know that yesterday was the breaking news that Julian Lewis chose Deion Sanders and Colorado football after USC decommitted. He had already decommitted from USC. And this whole thing, and I had people leaving messages on this channel talking about, oh, well, what about Indiana? He never was going to Indiana. The Elite 2025 4-star, you notice what they do every time a top-rated player who is a 4-star or maybe a 5-star recruit, soon as this is why you know there's a conspiracy against Coach Prime in Colorado. Soon as these players have a high ranking and they commit to Coach Prime in Colorado, then they drop the star down. Don't you notice that? If you look at all of them, Rivals 24/7, and we know about On, we know that, God, we know about On 3 Sports. On 3 Sports is the biggest culprit of dropping ratings. Just check it out for yourself. All of a sudden, Juju was a 5-star recruit. Now he commits to CU, and all of a sudden, they want to drop him down to 4-star. But Coach Prime already told us he don't care about these stars. It's about what they do on the football field. This man is ready-made for us to continue the legacy that's being built right now, okay, by Shedeur on this team. He is ready to take the keys of the car and put us continually to develop. I said that the Miller brothers, Draylon Miller, Amarion Miller, I told y'all in a video, those guys are going to be monsters next year together. All they need is a quarterback to get them the ball. Well, Juju Lewis is the man. He's going to give us exactly what we need after losing Shedeur after this year. Let's give a clap to that. Okay? He has, and another telltale sign that this young man took an official visit to CU. Remember, he took an official visit, then he came back for another game, and then he committed to us. He's going to be wearing the black and gold, the black and gold colors like he had in high school, except this time it'll be with Colorado. I'm happy for this addition to where the team is going. Right here, Juju said himself, I don't think there's a better person to learn how to read defensive coverages from than Coach Prime Deion Sanders. Give it another clap. The young man's got his head on right. You see him right there. He's got his head on right. I'm excited. It continues a legacy because you know the haters out there are going to say, and we've all seen this, they leave messages and they say, well, after Shedeur leaves and Travis leaves, oh, Coach Prime going to leave. I don't think Coach Prime is leaving. Don't believe the hype. Don't listen to this ESPN junk out there. Oh, he's going to. Why would anybody want to take over the Dallas Cowboys right now? They're a mess. Why would Coach Prime want to leave a team that he is building something with? And damn it, there's going to be a lot of good recruits coming in. Why would he want to leave what he's got going? He says he loves Colorado. He loves the Rocky Mountain skies. He loves the snow. He loves the people. He's damn near like what's the coach who coached Alabama? He's becoming on that level. Why would he want to leave all of that when he's loved and be loved out there, and he's building something and more kids to take over an NFL team of a bunch of guys that are making millions of dollars? They ain't gonna listen. Okay, they just want to get their checks. The Dallas Cowboys are a complete mess. You got Jerry Jones interfering in everything. Why would he want to take on that one? I know there's a rumor that Shedeur could possibly be a Dallas Cowboy, and I've got no problem with him being a Dallas Cowboy. And it makes sense. Oh, coach his son at the pros, possible. But why would he go to the trouble of recruiting that young man that you just saw on the screen? Let's put him back on the screen. Why would he go through all the trouble that they had to go through to get Juju, only to leave Juju leave the program when Coach Prime has already been on the record on another podcast or another show saying that he wants to coach Juju, that he's looking forward to the chance to coach him. So why should we be listening to the naysayers out there, everybody? And I appreciate you coming in. Richards is coming in. Keith is giving me has blessed our channel with a beautiful super chat. Beautiful super chat. Let's put that up there for everybody to see. And here we go. Keith says, $4.99 from Keith. Hold on. I thought Coach Prime was irrelevant as a coach and he can't recruit. Right. He can recruit. That's what the haters have been saying, Keith. Right. But my point before I move on into the content about Kansas versus CU is that he can recruit. This is a blue chipper. But what I want y'all to recognize when you look at all the different ranking platforms out there, it's funny how every time he gets a top-notch recruit, they want to drop the recruit's stars down. I think they're doing it purposely. Maybe I'm talking conspiracy here. Stop me if I am. I think they're doing this purposely because they don't want Coach Prime to get the kind of shine in which they say, hey, he's got the #1 recruitment class in the country. I want to say thank you for that super chat, man. I really appreciate that.
Thank you for the super chat.
And I give you a clap. Look, I'm telling y'all, there's something weird going on, but at the end of the day, we got Juju, okay? And that ain't going to change anything. Let's hear what Juju had to say, okay, when he came on, what was that, Pat McAfee show? Let's hear what he had to say on there. I've got the audio for you. Let's just hear a little bit of that audio. It doesn't hurt, y'all. Check it out.
This is going to be huge news, not only in Colorado, not only in the Big 12, but the NFL is going to have to talk about this as well because of all the storylines surrounding Coach Prime and what everybody's thinking there. And when you took your visit to Colorado, there was a photo of Shedeur basically handing the keys over to you. How big of a moment was this? And at what point did you know you wanted to be a Colorado Buffalo?
I mean, of course, it was big for me just coming in after Shedeur, just seeing what he's done to Colorado and what he's turned it into. But it's definitely a blessing getting put in this position, coming after him and with his dad. I mean, I couldn't beat it.
What are your conversations with Coach Prime like? And ultimately, because obviously we see what Travis Hunter's doing. And I think because he went to Colorado, he's been allowed to do all of these things. I think some other schools would have forced him to go one way or the other, and we'd all be left out of watching greatness happen right in front of our eyes. What did Coach Prime tell you that made you feel comfortable about taking your career that has been prolific already and extending it with him in Colorado?
I mean, Coach Prime's always said, like, the best man's going to play, and that's really what I wanted, was to be able to come in and compete, start as a freshman. I mean, I wouldn't have much fun sitting on the bench, so I was like, I want to come in somewhere I can get a chance to play, so he's going to let me compete for that. That was big for me.
So I assume you graduate here in December, and then you'll be up in Colorado?
I will be, yes, sir.
It's beautiful up there, brother. Now, you're from Georgia. It's hot. Are you excited about the chili and the views up there in the Rockies?
It's kind of icy right now, I'm not going to lie. It was like 35 this morning. It's kind of burr.
Wow.
Okay. It's freezing as shit here.
So my man, Brandon Cole, photographer, is saying there is a image of Deion, Andy Reid right now standing at I saw that image. I didn't have time to put it in my system, but I'm going to post that image both on the in the community tab. Everybody, let me show myself real quick. I'm going to finish that audio that I just played y'all, but let me show myself real quick again. I'm going to put that picture with him and Andy Reid. It was to me, it's an iconic picture, man. I'm going to put that picture in the community tab. And if you have not subscribed to my Facebook page to this channel, which I'm not boasting here, but people are gravitating to the Facebook page even more so because I'm able to leave a lot of video content, even more video content, right, without the copyright issues. Check out Prime Sports Media on Facebook. I got about 83 or 84,000 people following me over there because I put all different types of memes on there, as well as drop videos, my live stream videos on there too. But check that out if you have not had a chance. Also, they got this new platform called Blue Sky. I'm going to be creating a page on Blue Sky for this channel. and I'll let you guys know when that page is up and going. Okay, that's the one that's competing with Twitter and all that kind of stuff. Really appreciate you. Let's get back to this. And let me see. We got Debo says, hey, PG Big Dog. Yeah, PG Big Dog. Thank you for being in the house, everybody that's here. Brandon says again, I mean, these guys are back-to-back Super Bowl champs, and Shedeur and Travis taking all that in. Look, the NFL is watching what's happening at CU. Not that they're not watching other teams in the country, but what we got going on at CU is special. I do not want to see Coach Prime go to the pros. Remember, Coach Prime said that he didn't want to deal with grown men, that his calling is working with young men. He didn't want to deal. He knows what the NFL is about. Matter of fact, as a coach, you don't last that long in the NFL as a coach. You're dealing with grown men who got beards and got kids at home. It's not the same thing as college where you can motivate young men. So I think Coach Prime needs to stay at CU, continue to build the legacy. Just in general, stay in college football. I don't want him to go to the pros. That's just my personal thing about it. I don't think he is going to go. Like I said, Dallas is in a mess. I don't know if he wants to inherit that mess at the pro level. NFL football is completely different. Some of the things that Coach Prime can do at CU, he can't do in the NFL in terms of being enthralled in the community, right? Dealing with young men. That's his calling. Inspiring young men to get to the next level. I think that's a better calling for him. Remember Eddie Johnson, who was the legendary coach at Grambling State? I want to see Coach Prime create that where he is at Colorado or in college football overall. So let's see what happens. Let's go back into this audio and let you hear some more from Juju as the audio starts to wind down, everybody. Thank you.
Indianapolis, I guess, also down in down in Georgia. 35's cold. You get it.
Yeah.
That's not a worry at all. What are your thoughts as you go on to play at the next level? You just excited to learn, or what are your main objectives?
Yeah, no, I mean, of course, I'm excited to learn under Coach Shermer and Coach Prime. I was talking about it the other day. I don't think there's a better person to learn how to read defenses and coverages than Coach Prime, Deion Sanders. So, I mean, just trying to grow mentally is my big thing.
They figured out the offensive line, too, which is good news.
Now, you heard him say they figured out that offensive line. That was key to where they are now, everybody, and the success that they're having. I want to bring up something. Give me this bear with me right now. I appreciate all of you that are coming into the chat room and keep this whole thing going. We got another super chat that just came in. And let me do the respect of that brother Pierce Brown, who has come in with a $19 super chat. Says, from Pierce Brown, the best podcast, the game, the podcasting, the game. Keep telling the truth. Right, brother, and I'm going to do this for you.
Tell
the truth is what we do over here, and let's hit this for you as well.
Thank you for the super chat.
And this is for you as well. A clap to you. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the support. We got Skynet TV in the house. Coach Barry has come in the house. Thank you, Coach, for coming in, one of my mods. We've got Friends Dennis or Friendness Dumbo's in the house. Peggy Rosser's coming in, another mod on the channel. We've got Lady. Lady is in the house. She says he's not going anywhere. Kill that story, period. He has said it several times this week. Thank you. Thank you, my lady. That's what I'm saying. I'm simply saying that Coach Prime has already told us what his mission is, and he's not going. All that propaganda. Another thing I got to say, Cam Newton's running his mouth. Cam Newton, please, brother, please stop saying the things that you're saying. Oh, he gonna go. He not gonna turn down that money. And if Coach Prime is already making money, he making more money in endorsements. Hell, he already got a podcast on what's that new podcast on Prime Video or whatever they call it, Prime. He's already got a podcast show that he does on Prime. He's making more money. He's making a good contract right now. They're going to probably give him more money, but he's making more money outside of football with all the advertisements. You see all the damn advertisement on Saturday with him on it. So when Cam Newton's talking about he gonna leave for the money, the man already getting the money. He's already being shown me the money already. Remember back in the day when Coach Prime had that song, "It Must Be the Money." He's already getting the money. This shit is funny to me. He already getting the money. And he gonna get more. The more they win, the more he get. It's simple mathematics. So, come on, Cam. You did your thing in the NFL, but then you come throwing your two. No, we don't want the man leaving. He's got a good thing going right here at CU. Why blow that? He's the king of the damn town. Coach Prime can do whatever he wants in Colorado. He the king of the damn town. Why go from being the king of the town, from just being one in the town in Dallas, and then when you got a owner like Jerry Jones butting in on everything, come on, that ain't. Rick George is letting Coach Prime do what he wants to do. He ain't meddling. But we know that Jerry Jones has a history of always meddling. We don't need him meddling. Stay your butt right and see you, Coach Prime, if you know what's good for you, brother. I mean, let's tell the truth. Okay?
Tell the truth.
Now, let's get back on to, I had to give you that breakdown of my opinion about Juju because I didn't have a chance to do an individual video about it. I was at the JOB when I got the news about it, but I'm excited. He's going to be great. Let's not sleep on Juju. Juju is going to be sensational for us. He's going to maintain that level of play, I believe, at the quarterback position. So this is why I'm very happy about what's going on with Juju. Let's get to it now. Let's talk about this game. Let's talk about the game that everybody's talking about. It's a lot of stuff that's going on behind the scenes. There it is. Colorado versus Kansas is going to be on neutral ground at Arrowhead Stadium. You know it's going to be off the hook on Saturday. Be there, be square, whether it be in the stadium or whether it be at home, watching it on your television or your laptop, your desktops, wherever you are. This is going to be a hell of a game. What are the odds right now? You know I always do this, everybody. ESPN data. Okay? Coach Barry has dropped us a super chat. Before I go forward, let me
Thank you for the super chat.
thank you for the super chat, brother. Let's acknowledge Coach Barry as well. I appreciate the super chat. He comes in with the $10 super chat from Coach Barry a week ago. Let me see. Cardell Smith said he was torn between sticking with the Trojans or flipping to the Buffaloes. Look, the bottom line is, Coach Barry, he has made his decision. He's coming with us, and that's all I'm concerned about at this point in time. I thank you for the statement that you just put out there. Thank you for the super chat, brother. Let's move forward. I appreciate you. Thank you, Coach Barry. Let's move forward with the show. He's with us now. No matter what his decision was, how it was, I don't care. All we know is he's committed. However, we do need him to sign that letter of intent. So, you know, these players can change their mind, but I don't think Juju's going to change his mind. I think he's strictly with our program. Let's move on, like I said, into what's happening in this upcoming weekend. I'm excited about it. Let's drop this again. Again, as I said before, we've got a big game this upcoming Saturday. Here are the odds. The odds makers say that they predict that 55.5% that Colorado will beat Kansas. Kansas has a 45.5% chance, according to ESPN analysis, everybody. Let's move on and look at some numbers right now. So these are the guys that there's some players that we're going to have to be aware of. I'm going to talk about them. They're on this board right now. Shedeur right now has 3,200. He's thrown for 3,222 yards. Okay. 27 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Okay. Jay Daniels, who's the quarterback for Kansas, has thrown for 1,900 yards and 1985 yards, 13 TDs, 10 interceptions. So he throws interceptions. Isaiah Augustive, we know what he's been doing with 80 carries. He's got 362 yards, 4 TDs on the season. I think in this game coming up, they need to run this man, Isaiah, 25 to 26, 27 carries. They need to run the ball to control the clock in this game. Do not let Kansas feel themselves in this game, please. Then their running back, Neal, has 162 carries for 926 yards on the year. We know what Hunter's doing, 74 receptions for 911 yards, 9 TDs on the year. Okay? Then we've got Graham. Graham is their receiver, one of their top receivers. They got some receivers on this team. He's got 44 receptions for 582 yards, 6 TDs. So that's just some up-close stats. There's a lot going on in this Big 12. Can they get to the Big 12 championship? Damn it, they can. I feel they will. They got to get past this team, and the next team is not going to be the same, won't present the same issues. Kansas does like to run the ball. They're going to try to run the ball against CU to keep their talented players off the field. Don't get caught up in the hype of what Bryant said, their cornerback Bryant, saying that, oh, we want to match up against their. No, you want to. No, they don't. They would like to run the ball and keep Shedeur in the receiving core of Will Shepherd, right? Wester, right? Draylon Miller, who can play so many different positions on the football field. This kid is, damn it. Where did I put his stuff at here? Here we go, right here. Draylon, there we go. Here we go. A beautiful picture of Draylon. There we go, everybody. Yes. The kid can do it all. He's like a Swiss Army knife, right? He can play running back. He can play receiver. And I want to clear something up. I know a week ago that I said, hey, they should play him at tight end every now and then. People kept leaving me messages saying, he's too small for tight end. You didn't get what I said. Here's the memo. I said receiving tight end. If you follow NFL football, you got receiving tight ends and you got blocking tight ends and then you got balanced tight ends, meaning guys that can block and they can receive. But you got guys in the NFL that play tight end and they not necessary at every down blocking tight end. They just bring them in on packages because they're a receiving tight end. I said clearly and specifically that they should bring them in that position only when they're going to do what? Throw the ball, not so that he's blocking, so that they can force the linebackers to have to cover someone as athletic as him. And I only said that as make some small packages. I didn't say for every down. So I just want to clear that up for people who left me messages talking about he's too small for tight end. Yeah, he's too small to be playing blocking tight end, obviously. But you missed the memo on what I was trying to say. So that's why I'm re-explaining that. His skill set, he can create mismatches. And we need that mismatch to be a reality for this ball club. And I'm telling you right now, here is Coach Prime on Draylon Miller and what I'm saying. Here we go.
When we see Draylon Miller put up 100 yards in the last game, how do you feel like he's going to be incorporated more into this offense and produce?
Well, I'm not going to say you're going to force anything to incorporate him.
Let's go back again.
If he has the matchup, Shedeur is going to take advantage of the matchups. And we have a smart quarterback. We have a young man that knows where to go with the football and protects the football pretty well. Draylon is he's a Deebo Samuels. He has running back ability, receiving ability, quarterbacking ability at times. You put him in Wildcat, the kid is phenomenal. Kid does not complain. The kid just goes out there and does his job. So I'm really proud of him that you see that we have yet another weapon.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have yet another weapon. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm not saying turn him into a complete tight end, that he's going to be out there blocking 300 and 200 pound. No, I'm saying use him as a mismatch. When you have linebackers out there and you force the linebackers to play him in space, he'll destroy them. I'm talking about a matchup, creating a matchup problem in the receiving game. That's all I'm saying. That's all. Now, let's continue this whole conversation about CU matchup against Kansas. Remember now that CU within the playoff system is ranked 16th. So if they beat this team, Kansas, who has already beaten 2 ranked football teams, the last one being BYU, this will be a quality win for CU at 16 ranked in the tournament, which will compel them to move up the ladder to get closer to that 12th spot to be able to play for the national championship. Especially if you have other teams losing and they win this game and they can compel themselves to the Big 12 championship. This is what this is all about at the end of the day. Now, Coach Lance has had a relationship with Coach Prime for a long time. He said that they all go back to the days of coaching in high school and moving up the ranks. So he has a lot of respect for Coach Prime, has talked fondly about Coach Prime in his press conferences. We're going to show you some of that. But right now, let's look at his quarterback. This is the quarterback that we're going up against. This is, I think this is Daniels. This is Daniels. Julian, this is Daniels. This is their quarterback. Let me tell you some things you need to know. This is the scouting report on this guy as quarterback. This is what we're going up against, and this is why I believe that CU will have a field day against him. Now, what he has that him and the running back have is that he does like to scramble a little bit, get outside of the pocket, and we have shown to have problems sometimes with these quarterbacks that scramble around and get outside the pocket. We have had problems with that. But what's going on, Skynet TV, saying CU wins, but it doesn't hurt the Buffs. Right, I want them to win. But here's their quarterback right here. And what I want to tell you about him is that this is a scouting report on him. He's inconsistent. They have an inconsistent quarterback. Their quarterback play is very inconsistent. Daniels has struggled to be consistent with passing efficiency, which is below 50%, y'all. I give you the analysis. I give you the breakdown on the Prime Sports Media channel. He is below 50% in multiple games that he has played this year. He has not completed a game with more than 200 yards passing yards yet. What am I saying to you? I did the research. He does not have any games where he has thrown the ball over 200 yards. That means he's struggling in his passing, as it says, in his passing efficiency. And we've got a damn defense that's getting pressure on the quarterback. We have a defense that's sacking the quarterback. We have a defense that's causing all type of havoc and a secondary that's chipping at the bits to get interceptions. And we've got a quarterback coming into this game on Saturday who has struggled in his passing efficiency, not in just one game, but in multiple games. He has yet to throw for over 200 yards. Okay? Let's be honest here. Now, we've got a few young men here. We got the running back. Okay? The running back. Neal is their running back. I'm telling you, we are prepared for this because we've been going through a slate of good running backs in the Big 12 who we've had to deal with. This man is no different, okay? They are going to try to run the ball as much. Don't get caught up in what was said on social media about with young Bryant, their defensive back, saying, we so glad, we just looking forward to matching up with their guys. No, they're going to try to run the ball on us to control the clock, keep Shedeur off the field. The coach knows this. He's been watching the film. He knows that the receiving core is the best that they've gone against, and they're going to struggle against, okay? They're going to struggle. I'm going to tell you why. They got their linebacker here. This is J.B. Brown. I believe their middle linebacker, number 26. We got to keep an eye on him. He's kind of the anchor of that defense in terms of a linebacker, right? They got young men like Mello, right? There's been a lot of talk about Mello at the defensive back. This is the young man who may be matching up matching up model to model with our man right here, Travis Hunter. Right? This might be the guy that they're going to match him up with, right? This might be the guy that's going to match up with him, right? And then we had, what's his name? Kobe Bryant was the one that was doing that, talking about how they had penciled this game in all week. They've been looking for all this they're looking for it. They're looking to play against CU. They penciled it in. They feel that they got good players on their team. They want to match up against the receiving core. So much controversy has broke out over this situation to the point that Shedeur got into it. Here's a report right here. A Colorado quarterback, Shedeur, sent a trash-talking text to Kansas football star. And it goes a little bit like this. This is what Shedeur had said. I'm going to break this down and be as diplomatic about these things as possible. But this is what happened. On Wednesday, Kansas cornerback Kobe Bryant shared a message he received from Deion Sanders. Okay? And which was equal parts playful and competitive. He said, Sanders told me to stay in man coverage because he's going to try to move around the pocket. Bryant said that. This is what Bryant said, y'all. Okay, this is his interpretation of what he said was sent to him by Deion Sanders. Sanders told him to stay in man-to-man coverage because he'll be moving around the pocket, according to what Brian is saying. This kind of trash talk is nothing new for Sanders, who's been lighting it up on the field all season, but it showed just how much confidence he has in his ability to move around and make plays, even when up against a tough defense, like a defensive player like Brian. Now, what did Brian say? I mean, everybody got up in arms about it, maybe a little bit, maybe not so much. But let's go into the reaction studio and let's just hear what Brian had to say, because I'm going to say a couple of things with this. And here we go, everybody. Check this out, everybody. And let me do this. Let's go in here and check this out. Here we go.
What stands out to you about Colorado's offense?
Yeah, they fast. They got fast receivers, so respect to them. They
Now, right there, I thought that he was giving CU some kudos by saying they're fast and they've got fast receivers. Let's continue.
They got some fast receivers, man. They athletic, they can move, make a lot of plays, a lot of runs after the catches. So yeah, they're good. They're good offense, man. The receivers is good. So yeah, that's the main thing. We just locked in on the receivers. They're good. They're good players. So it's gonna be a good matchup because our secondary too. Also.
Kobe, are you guys excited to go up against one of those guys? Yes,
most definitely. This is probably one of the games we've been waiting on all season, though. Like, other than K-State, this was the other one, Colorado, so we've been waiting on it. So, yeah, this is going to be one of the big games.
He said they've been waiting on us, and it's going to be one of those big games. Let's continue.
Been waiting on all season.
What's that?
We got a lot of good players, man, and we got a lot of good players on our team.
Now, I got to be honest. Brian is being respectful here. He has emphasized that CU's got a lot of good players, but then he also said that they've got good players. The young man is confident in his ability and his team. Let's continue.
Also, so can't beat it, so match up against each other and see who wins. That's our main thing for real.
And I'm looking forward to this matchup on Saturday, everybody, because I don't think that they can compete with our receiving core. To be quite honest, I'm sorry. Kansas hasn't faced any receiving core like ours. He made mention about Iowa State having a pretty good, I get it, but not like ours. Let's continue.
I know you were urging fans to pack Arrowhead and it's senior day and all. What do you think about the potential for a good environment?
Yeah, it's gonna be a good environment, and everybody ready to see Colorado. They how fans is to these days. They ready to see Colorado, so I feel like it's gonna be a good crowd there. So we should have fun Saturday for real.
We should have fun Saturday for real. Okay. You know, the brother is confident about what he's what he's doing. He's confident. Let's get that off the screen there. Let's put this back up here. And there's nothing wrong with him having that kind of confidence, but I got to break something down to you. Like I said, everybody, I told you I bring the data. I'm going to bring the information. And in this case, this needs to be said. One of the problems with Kansas Jayhawk football team's defense is that they have missed too many opportunities on their sets. The defense has had moments, okay, everybody, but they've been unable to hold momentum against their opponents. They've been unable to be consistent in applying pressure. And if you don't apply pressure on Shedeur, if these guys don't apply pressure on Shedeur, it's too late. You lose the game, sir. You're not going to be able to be successful. You see, Leipold, or Coach Lance, because I have a hard time with that last name too, we got to be honest, this matchup between Shedeur and their quarterback Daniels, I don't think it's in the same boat of a contest. Once again, like I said, he has been inconsistent as a quarterback, hasn't passed over 200 yards. He really struggles, right? But their defense, Coach Lance, your defense going up against us has had problems. I'm going to say it again. Kansas defense has had moments, but they have been unable to consistently apply pressure. They also have missed tackles, and they have problems with breakdowns in their coverage. Coverage means what? The secondary. So even though Brother Bryant is very confident in what he wants to do in the matchup, and they've got the other young man who they say is coming on well, that's Mello. Let's keep this in mind. I did say earlier in the show, we don't want to pay too much attention to records because we don't want to get sucked into that. We got to go out there and play this team like they got a winning record. But at the end of the day, the records kind of speak to how you're playing football. Let's be honest. And they're 3-4 in the Big 12. They are overall for the season are 4-6. The players may be better than their record, and that's why we can't go in the game not focusing and not concentrating. But their defense has not played well. They're not consistent, and they have breakdowns in their coverage. Why do I bring this up? If they've got these kind of problems, everybody listening right now, I appreciate everyone. Let me not ignore everybody. We got Richards. We got a lady in the house, right? We got Coach Barry here, Alicia. I'm trying to give you the breakdown here, everybody. I appreciate you that. If they have this secondary that they feel they can match up with our receiving core, but they've already got problems with their consistency and their coverage breaking down, there's no way they're going to be able to maintain that level of play against our receiving core, which is better than what they've matched up against so far. I got to also say this in giving you the analysis about Kansas is that Kansas struggles, everybody, their inability to close out games. Now, that's one of the things that Coach Prime has talked about Colorado, how we can't let teams creep back into the game. I'm telling you, this Saturday, we absolutely cannot let this Kansas team get confidence and creep back into the game. Matter of fact, we cannot start the game like we did against Utah a week ago. We need to start fast and on top of their asses. Don't give this team confidence. You know the crowd's going to be for them out there. But I'm telling you, their inability to close games, Kansas has had opportunities to win games this season, but they collapse in critical moments. Let's create critical moments against them. This is the scouting report on the Kansas football team. I told you that I will give you the damn analysis here.
Tell the truth.
Once again, on third down, they have a lot of issues when it comes to stopping teams on third down, y'all. Even with their vaunted talent that they may have in the secondary, they struggle. And let me make sure that my ticker is ticking. There we go. They are struggling in so many ways. Once again, when it comes to third down issues, Kansas is ranked 95th in the FBS for third down defense. They rank 95th. Did you hear me? I want to make sure that everybody heard me by putting sevens in the chat room. I'm going to repeat this again. Shedeur is going to have a field day. They rank 95th. I don't know if anybody has told you on their pregame shows, but Kansas, as of right now, ranks 95th in the FBS for third down defense. We are going to have a field day with our receiving core, with guys like Wester running all over the damn place like he did a week ago. How are they going to keep up with our receiving core? And then when we bring in a package with Draylon Miller, or when someone like Will Shepherd goes out there and shows out like he did in previous games, how are they going to keep up? I want somebody to tell me in the chat room, how will they keep up? And oh, by the way, good news, young Michael Welsh is going to be available for the football game. So now you have another young man that they can put out there to run between those tackles, run outside those tackles, catch the ball outside the back. How are they going to match up? They're struggling on third down. And we know that CU likes to spread you out on third down. CU likes to play that spread offensive game. Who are they going to be able to stop? Let's just be honest about this, everybody. They have problems. I don't know, once again, how many people that you've listened to who have done pre-games that have brought this to your attention, but I'm bringing it to your attention because I've researched it. They struggle to get out of third down situations. Another problem that Kansas has, everybody, is the fourth down. Kansas ranks in the bottom 10th of the SBS for fourth down defense. That means when CU, and you know Coach Prime and Pat Shermer, they're talking about this. That means when CU is in fourth down situations, fourth and inches, fourth and, let's say it's 4th and 5, 4th and 6, 4th and 7, they should go for it occasionally because this team is at the bottom in third down efficiency defensively and fourth down as well. This is the truth. This is the truth.
Tell the truth.
I give you the analysis. Reason why I kept saying that Kansas is going to try to attack with their running game, their bread and butter running game, and I see them doing this, is because this is what they do. This is what we need to be aware of, everybody, for this Saturday. Kansas Jayhawk football is known for rushing attack, which averages over 5 yards per carry, 200 yards per game. And some of their players contribute to the team's rushing success, which includes their quarterback there, which includes this man right here, Devin Neal, their running back. And remember I said their quarterback likes to run a little bit too as well. Here he is, right? He has contributed to their rushing yards as well. Quarterback who is also effective at rushing. This young man right here, he's more effective at rushing right now than he's been at passing over 200 yards, y'all. I'm just telling the damn truth.
Tell the truth.
It's about giving you the data. Giving you the damn truth.
Tell the truth.
I appreciate everybody that's here watching, supporting the channel. Coach Barry says, how did we miss this kid? Tyson, wide receiver, was number one of the players in transfer port. I don't know, my brother, but I tell you something, Coach Barry, because of the success that CU's having right now, we're going to get a lot of young men that's going to transfer over. We're going to get a lot of high school recruits that's going to want to come over. So let's keep that in mind. Now, when it comes to their special teams, they've got a good punter, okay? The team's punter is an international talent, as they say, and he averages 39 yards per punt and has had 11 punts land inside the 20-yard line. So their special teams kicking game is where they do shine, okay? Now, going back to Bryant, this young man again, who they were talking to. We know that Kobe Bryant is ranked as the 10th best cornerback. He's one of the top rated cornerbacks who's looking to go to the pro. He's a good cornerback. I don't know if he's the best cornerback that we've faced so far, but he's a great cornerback so far from what I understand. And he was the one that was talking about how he's excited about the matchup. We're going to see how he matches up. I want to see who he matches up with. Another thing, can anybody drop on me, because I haven't gotten a word yet, can anybody tell me what is the status of Jimmy Horn Jr.? Will Jimmy Horn play this weekend? I know Coach Prime said that it was going to be a game decision, or maybe a decision based on how he does in practice. We know that this is a very important game. Don't let nobody tell you it's not important. It is very important. And we know that Michael Welsh is going to be available. But my question, everybody, is have you heard any reports yet that this young man right here, Jimmy Horn Jr., may be available? Can anybody give me an update, because I haven't been able to get that update yet? I want to say thank you to David Walker, who's just given us a super chat. Let's pull him up on the board. Thank you, David Walker, for your support, for coming over, brother. I appreciate that. David Walker says Colorado will scheme guys open for Shedeur to have a field day against these guys. The running game will be working. Hopefully. Yes, it will be working. But David Walker, did you hear the scouting report breakdown that I gave about them? They've got problems with coverage issues. They've got a quarterback who's not very efficient in throwing the ball. This is why they got a 4-6 record. This is why they're struggling. Even though they got talent on this Kansas team, there's a reason why they're still struggling. And thank you for that super chat.
Thank you for the super.
And here's a clap for you too, David Walker. Thank you. Let me see. They say homie stats is day by day, and if he can run, he will play. Exactly. If he can run, he will play. We've got Kay Miller in the house. How you doing, my sister? Let me see. She says that Jimmy is in KC. So if Jimmy is in KC, he's playing. Thank you, my sister. I mean, that's a good sign that he's going to possibly be playing. Let me just say that. Let me preference that. That's a good sign that he could be playing. And I appreciate you coming over. David Walker says home stats. Let me see. Coach Barry says, yes, lady. Isaiah is the kid that Prime said is the next Travis because he's a two-way player that plays running back and cornerback. How y'all doing? How y'all like that? We got Lee B who says pressure. Brother, what do you mean by pressure? Elaborate on that some more, Lee B. I appreciate what you say. I appreciate you coming in the chat room. I just want to know. And we got Lady Chancellor who says, Jimmy is back, but I do hope they give Hodge a chance. Thank you very much for that. Give people a chance. Jeffrey Bay is in the house. My brother says yes. So he's in the fold to play. We got another super chat by my man.
Thank you for the super chat.
Coach Barry. All right. Coach Barry says with a $10 super chat, Prime can't set out Isaiah. He ran the ball one time against Utah. He's identified the holes and he shot through them very fast. That's right.
Tell the truth.
Thank you for that information that you have just dropped in the chat room. We got Richards who says fast start. Let's get it together in the game going forward. I appreciate that. We want that to be what's happening. You all are correct in the things that you're saying right now. This is a very intelligent, astute chat room that we have over here on the Prime Sports Media program. You all come in here, you talk football, and you notice that the haters are nowhere around. Where are they? They're skitty cats. We're winning, and they got nothing to say. It's funny. You know? I just gotta keep it real with y'all. Okay? I just gotta keep it real with y'all. I gave y'all some analysis here, some breakdown. Man, I'm really looking forward to this game this weekend. One of the things that I'm excited about is where we are right now in the rankings, because we have an opportunity to beat a team that's beat two ranked teams. That will be looked at as a quality win for us in terms of moving up. Because they look at when you beat teams that have beaten ranked teams. That will go a long way for CU. We want CU to shoot all the way into that 12th spot and wherever else they can go from there, right? To get that seeding. This is very important. So I'm really rocking with this idea that if they win this game tomorrow, no matter what happens with Oklahoma State, they're going to be in the Big 12 championship game. But I want them to win out all, because I made a prediction, right? I made a prediction. How many of you all saw my video that I dropped the other day about Coach Prime's record when he was at Jackson State compared to being at CU? There's a lot of similarities. In his second year, he went 11-2 at Jackson State. Remember, he won 2 SWAC championships at Jackson State. I had somebody leave me a message talking about, what championships has Coach Prime won? He won 2 SWAC championships in historical black college football. He went to a national championship. Unfortunately, they lost that. But here he is coming off of a 4-8 record one year with CU. In his first year, taking over the team, just like when he took over Jackson State, they were 4-3. Then the second year, he goes 11-2. And now this year, in his second year with CU, he's at 8-2 right now with the potential of being 10-2. Do you understand the pattern? Just like I talked about in that video. If you have not seen that other video I did about the pattern and Coach Prime's process working as a coach, make sure you check out that video, everybody. I appreciate you if you do so. Let me also move on to some other things that I want to present to you tonight. First of all, let me say this to everybody listening and watching. I want to say subscribe to the channel, hit the bell and notification for all, like and comment when you get a chance, right? Subscribe. And I want to say thank you for watching tonight so far. I appreciate you. Now, let's go into the reaction studio once more. Let's see what other goodies I have for you all to see. And check this out, Coach Prime. Coach Prime's talking about that defense. This is the defense that I think is going to be all over the quarterback for Kansas, Daniels, who has had some struggles. And I think they're going to put it on him, and they're going to let him know that they're there. Check this out.
I'm just curious, from like from Amari McNeil to Carter Stoutmeyer and maybe even like Draylon Miller, it seems like several guys who've been given greater opportunities due to injuries have really stepped up this year.
Right.
What does that say about this team and those guys?
Well, it says a lot about the roster. It says a lot about the depth. It says a lot about we understand the difference between the chance and the opportunity, and those guys are taking advantage of their opportunities. But it says a lot about the depth, the development of these young men. It says a lot about.
David Walker made a good point here. He says Coach Prime played for 2 HBCU national champions and he had lost the 2. Yeah, right. He did. He did win the SWAC 2 times. He lost to South Carolina State the first year and North Carolina A&T the second year. Thank you for that information. I was aware that he did lose the 2, unfortunately, HBCU national championships. But I'm saying I mentioned the SWAC championships because there were people that were saying that he never won any championships at the college level. Well, he did win 2 of them when he took over Jackson State. And he turned that program around, got him great facilities in the whole 9 yard. Thank you for that statement there. Yeah. Jeffrey Bay says 10-2 conference championship. Yeah, I love it. We want that. Richard says Colorado can win it all. Okay, SEC and Big Ten teams, look out. Interesting. Somebody sent me a super chat, and I want to make sure that I acknowledge that super chat. I think I got a super chat from Misty Lane, a $4 super chat from Misty Lane. I wanted to put your super chat on the board, but for some reason I can't see it. So what I'm going to do, because I just want to be, Coach Barry gave me a super chat. I really appreciate that. I got that. I wanted to recognize this person here. So we got Missy, who left me a super chat that has like animation on it, a super sticker as they call it. Thank you for that. I want to clap it up for you.
Thank you for the super chat.
I want to say again, thank you for that super chat.
Thank you for the super chat.
And let's get back to Coach Prime and what he's saying here. Here we go.
We don't supposed to recruit guys out of high school, but I think we got 3 freshmen that are playing prominent roles on our team right now and doing a wonderful job. About to have 4 because 2-9 is back now. So he's
2-9, there he is.
Involved in the running game as well this week. So it says a lot about the recruiting, says a lot about the staff, says a lot about what we plan on being and the stability that we're going to be here for a while. We ain't going nowhere. We're about to get comfortable.
Facts. About to get comfortable. That's right. All right. Let's go to another video. I want you to hear what the coach had to say of Coach Lance of Kansas. He has a lot of respect for Coach Prime. He recognizes the talent. You know, he's probably behind the scenes, very concerned. But he has a lot of respect for Coach Prime. They have a relationship of some sort. Let's go ahead and hear that right now. Check this out.
I have a lot of respect for Coach Sanders and Coach Prime and how he's gone about it. And I told him that one of the first times I met him, because the thing that we do have in common is we've come up through ranks that aren't necessarily conventional to get a Power 4 football job. And that is, he coached high school football. He coached at a HBCU university that doesn't have many resources.
Stop right there. I want to definitely, this is important because you got a lot of guys that's coaching, even in college, even in pros, who never coach high school. They got their jobs through nepotism. Coach Prime coached through high school. Coach Prime went to the HBCU. I had mentioned that already. He went to Jackson State, where he was able to convince Travis Hunter to go to Jackson State when many people were telling him, are you crazy? You should go to Florida State. And he went to Jackson State with him. Then when he left Jackson State to go to Colorado, remember this, he came over, he put his head on and said, I'm going to Colorado with Coach Prime, I'm transferring. Remember all of that? And when he was at Jackson State, he didn't have a lot of resources at Jackson State. They didn't have all the facilities. They didn't have all the equipment, but he made it do what it could do to be as successful as possible as they could be at Jackson State. Made a lot of noise across the country with what he was doing at Jackson State. Obviously, when he left Jackson State, a lot of people there kind of like were very upset with Coach Prime, but he left them in a better place than what they were before he left them. He went on to CU. There were people that were skeptical of what he could do at CU, and look at them now. They're 8-2 with a chance to become 10-2 and play for a Big 12 championship.
And he found a way to be successful, and he found a way to build his program and his own philosophy. And I told him that when I met him in Arizona, how much respect I had for him because of that. And you know, in whether it be our styles or personalities, he is probably was ahead of the curve and probably being upfront about what the landscape of college football was changing and what it was going to be like and where it's heading. And that's not his fault. He's taken what's been put on us, and he's gone about building a football team that's one of the most improved in college football in a very short period of time. They're a very talented team. They're playing with a lot of confidence.
Now, I don't think that Coach Lance Leipold is blowing smoke up anyone's behind. I think he's being honest in his acknowledgement of Coach Prime and what Coach Prime has meant to the program. Coach Barry has dropped in another super chat here, $10 super chat from Coach Barry. Coach Barry, thank you for your support of this channel. Believe me, I put a lot of this stuff back into the channel. You know, everything that I do, the way I present this channel to you all, I put work into it. He says wide receiver Winston Wilkinson Jr. wants to recommit to CU after Juju committed. He posted a picture of Prime rookie year. Man, thank you. Hey, thank you for that information. I'm going to have to do some research on that after I do this podcast tonight. And maybe I need to do an individual video about what you're talking about to drop on y'all sometime this week or this weekend. Who knows? But Coach Barry, thank you. Anybody else who's got gems like that to drop them. We want to know the information. Let's see. We got Lion Proud 1124 coming in the house saying, Prime Sports Media, aren't you the information man? Yes, I am the information man from the Information Man Show. This is the sports channel, particularly the Prime Sports Media channel, where we follow Coach Prime, the players, the coaching, and everything that's happening around CU. This is my other channel. You know I've managed many different channels on the YouTube streets. Come on and subscribe to this channel and join what we've got over here. Thank you. Clap to you. Much respect. All right. Let's come on over here. And we've got my man Richards, who says Coach Prime is the beacon for Big 12 now, and they know it. Right. He's becoming a beacon. We got Thelma. We got Theme here. Says he wants 11-1. He went 11-1 at Jackson. Yeah, but his first year, the second year that he was at Jackson State, he actually went 11-2. It was the third year after the second year that he went, I think, 11-1. But my point is that he has a record of turning programs around when he's given a chance and resources and opportunity. That's where I'm coming from. David Walker says this: I don't worry. The real NCAA national championship is on the way. Why do you think SEC coaches are complaining about playing in the SEC championship? Ooh, I hear what you're saying. You know what? Let me throw this at you all before I go back to. Let me let him finish out what he's saying about Coach Prime, and I want to pin something up on the screen and get your opinion, David Walker, and everybody. Let's continue this. Let's continue.
Again, in all three phases, they've been highly productive, and he's got himself a really good football team with a chance to play a lot of football yet.
And just looking at Travis Hunter, obviously he's had a special year at both ends. What makes it so difficult to play against a two-way player at this level?
Well, again, he's just multi-talented in so many ways. He's going to be a first-round pick, if not the first player taken. He's a favorite to win the Heisman. He's, I joke with our strength staff all the time. Don't give me all this GPS data when the guy's playing 125 snaps a game or whatever it is. He seems to, but they've done a great job. And again, that's a credit to Coach Prime and his staff, because for him to be able to play the way he does, prepare him to get ready to play 2 game plans, know what to do, keep him as healthy as they have throughout his career is a great job of monitoring the situation. So, but he's explosive. He's a special athlete of our time, and the fact that the way his ball skills and reactions and everything that he can do as a player.
Now, you can't tell me that Coach Lane of Kansas is not very concerned, which is why my argument is that they're going to run the ball. They know they're going to try to see if they can test that defensive line with their running game. And I had said to you in this podcast that really that's kind of their bread and butter. They like to do a rushing attack. They are a rushing attack type team on offense. That's their bread and butter. They want to pop that ball. They want to run and run. I believe all the things he's saying about Travis, and Travis is he. He is that man. Him. Travis against Travis. Who wins? Who wins against Travis? I'm telling you right now, he is concerned about what Travis Hunter brings to the table, and he knows that he's going to have to run that ball to control the clock and keep them off the field as much as possible. He's the coach of the team. He knows that their secondary, their defense has struggled in coverage. He knows it.
His ability to make you miss as an offensive threat or when the ball is in his hands, either way, makes him extremely dangerous. So it'll be a big test for both sides of the ball for us.
Have you followed their season much?
Have I followed their season? Not a ton. I forgot what game we were coming back from.
All right. So he is definitely has told the truth about about the talents of Travis Hunter. I think he's concerned. I think he's concerned about what this man brings to the table. And this is why I don't think he's going to take a chance trying to do a gun swing, or what do we call it? Gunslinging against this CU team. I don't think he's going to try to do that. I don't think they have the weapons to go up and down the field with us on that level, which is why they're going to use their running game to open things up. What I need for the defense to do this Saturday is do what they did against Utah, shut that running game down. Shut that running game down and make Kansas a one-dimensional team, because when you do that, they struggle with their quarterback, Daniels, who has had a hard time this year with the way he's played the game. I'm going to say it again. Their quarterback, Daniels, is an inconsistent young man. He struggles to be consistent. His passing efficiency is below 50% in multiple games played. He has not completed a game with more than 200 yards passing yards yet this season. Their defense too often misses opportunities. I'm going to say it again. They're unable to consistently apply pressure on a team. Shedeur's going to have a field day if they can't put pressure on him. They also have missed tackles. Our running game should open up things, and if they can't tackle Travis or Jimmy Horn or Will Shepherd or any of these guys, they're gonna have a hard time. They also have breakdowns in their coverage against teams. This is their shortcomings. I just got to be honest. We have to be honest over here. Here's another video clip of Coach Prime talking about Shedeur, and he doesn't like the fact that he doesn't like when Shedeur scrambles around too much. He wants him to get rid of the ball sometimes. But check this out.
times. What do you think when he escapes? And also, when did you realize?
Get rid of the ball. I'm thinking, get rid of the ball. Get rid of the ball. Let's get us back to the line of scrimmage. Get rid of the ball. But he escapes and his head completely goes up and he sees the field. Because he's not escaping to run. He's escaping to get rid of the ball so he could have time to make progress down the fields.
And I remember watching him even in high school. When did you realize he had the ability to take chances and take care of the ball, which is hard for kids to kind of blend that?
I don't know if he desires to take chances. I just think he's trying to give himself more time so he can make something happen. I don't call it a chance. I think it's more of an opportunity than a chance. But we trust him. We truly trust him.
Hi, Coach Adam. What's your Tiger?
How you doing, Adam?
Sports doing well. Amari McNeil made some plays for you last year, earlier this season.
Mm-hmm.
Has he kind of unlocked something with
He's a whole different guy on and off the field. He's a whole different person. He's a whole different player. His mindset is totally different. What you're seeing now is what we expected from Amari, even last season. He's grown so much mentally. It's unbelievable. So I'm thankful and I'm proud that I'm here to witness what we knew he could do. And now he's understanding what he's capable of. I think once upon a time he thought he was just a pass rusher. But he's a
Now Amari McNeil is the brother that has come on strong within that defensive tackle position. He's getting pressure, getting to the quarterback. We need him to do this to Daniels, the quarterback for Kansas this weekend. We need him to put this type of pressure that he's been putting on. This guy likes to move around in the pocket. So don't be surprised if you see him trying to scramble, get down the field. He likes to scramble. Coach Berry left another super chat for $5, which I really appreciated, saying, I'm chasing the book kicker down the alley again. I bet 6,600 on CU to beat KU by 3 points. If they do, I cash out with 12,500. Woo! Coach Berry, you gonna make some money, man. You gonna make some money. Let's continue.
Complete defensive tackle right now, and he's a force to be reckoned with. So I'm truly proud of him.
Brian, go ahead. Hey, Coach, how you doing?
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great, thank you. The latest thing that people have used to try to tear down Travis's Heisman campaign is his tackle numbers.
Oh, my
I was
God.
curious if you could explain for those who don't know.
How can you make tackles? First of all, if a cornerback has 8 tackles in the game, do you guys know what that means? Anybody? That means they caught 6 balls. That's what that means. They caught 6 balls on him because 2 of those are probably run support, but that means he caught 6 balls. So
Now, I got to tell you, Coach Prime making a hell of a lot of sense. When he said this, I didn't really think about it like that. That's a good if a cornerback has those many tackles, it says that a lot of balls are being thrown against him and he's not knocking those balls out of the air. That means the receiver that he's playing against is actually eating his lunch. When you got a cornerback who doesn't have a lot of tackles, that means because the offensive quarterback, the offensive team, is either not throwing his way, or when they throw the ball, he's knocking the ball out of the receiver's hand. He's causing problems in coverage where the quarterback can't get the ball to the guy that he wants to get the ball to because the cornerback is covering. Coach Prime making sense again. Give him a clap for that.
Tell the truth.
Basic elementary football lessons being taught by Coach Prime.
you see a corner with a lot of tackles, that's not a good sign. Okay, so just those of you out there in the world of football, if you see a corner with a lot of tackles, they've caught a lot of balls on him. All right, is that good enough for you? There you go.
Hey, Coach. John Treach, 9 News.
Yes, sir.
As a leader, how do you guard against a letdown game?
I don't know what that means, a letdown game. I really don't know what that means. I don't plan on failing. I never make plans to fail.
I just want to say that this is right. Coach Prime doesn't plan to fail. They ask him all these questions, but he doesn't have the mindset. He never did when he was a player in the NFL, when he was in college himself. If you have the mindset that you're going to lose or how you're going to do if you lose, you already have lost the damn game when you start putting those types of thoughts in the brain. And I'm glad that Coach Prime has that type of attitude as a head coach, because that is contagious for the rest of his players, his coaches, the team. And that's what we want to see. We don't want to see people talking about losing. You want to keep a winning mindset. That's what we want to see right here. This is fantastic stuff. Coach Prime putting out the truth as it needs to be put out. Once again, I want to thank everybody for watching the show tonight. Thank you for watching. Like and comment when you get a chance. I really wanted to do this video on Thursday, even Wednesday. But hey, it's Friday night. You're all here. I appreciate you supporting this channel. We're doing what we have to do to get the content out whenever we can and how we can. And I appreciate that. I want to look and see if there's something else that I want to bring up. I think I did a great job. I think I've done the best job I can do in terms of explaining how we can match up against them. They've got problems. Kansas has a lot of flaws, but they do have some talented young men on the football team. So we should not go into this game taking them lightly, getting too overconfident about, no. Beat the teams that are on your schedule first. Take them one on at a time, and then you move on to the Big 12 championship. Hi, Peggy Roster. Hi, Coach Barry. Thank you for your support tonight. Brother, you definitely have blessed me with lots of financial support, which I appreciate. Richards, thank you. Richards, I'm going to do something for you, brother. I'm going to mod you up because you've been rocking real heavy with the channel. So we're going to mod you up, Richards. There you go. Welcome to the mod team. All right. We've got Lion Pride who says thumbs up. Yeah, thumbs up. Thank you, everybody. Thumbs up. I want everybody to make sure you hit the likes. If we got 281 people watching, we had 300 at one point in time, then we should have the same amount of likes. So please hit the likes, share the content in your social media. If you got X, if you got, what else? You got X or Twitter. If you got Facebook, if you're a member of a fan group around CU, drop the video in those groups so people can watch the content and become a part of this program. And I want to say shout out to all the other content creators out there. They're doing the damn thing. I appreciate them as well. Appreciate the audience over here that come over and support this channel every time I go live. You don't know how much it means to me to have this type of support, doing this type of content, and we're all in this together. Remember, a year ago, we had people, the haters, making fun of us, saying lies, all sorts of stuff. You notice they're nowhere around. They're like rats. They're all hiding because they can't say anything because Coach Prime is doing more than what they had expectations for so far this year. Now, what I want to do, I think if David Walker is still there, any of you, what I want to do is I want to put the rankings back up here. I got a question to everybody. I know that it's the top 12 teams that will be in the playoff ranking, but I think that the NCAA should considerably, and tell me if you all agree with this, I think they should make it just the top 25 teams in the country that are in the tournament. To me, if you're going to have a playoff ranking that goes from 1 to 25, why cut it off at 12 teams that can be in the tournament? Why just say the best 25 teams in college football that stay in the top 25 will be seated in a top 25 playoff system? So at some time, I hope that the time comes when they will expand this playoff. And you know why they're going to expand it? Because of money. Money talks, and we know that we know that money talks and bullshit walks. Okay? But I think the day is going to come where they're going to expand this playoff system, especially when these teams are making money and the ratings are great. They're going to have to expand this from 12 teams to maybe 20 teams, but I think they should just expand it to a full 25 teams. Then you seed all 25 teams. To me, that makes more sense than just having, before it was 4 teams, which I thought was ridiculous. Now it's 12 teams, which is great. But I want to see a 25-team bracket, just like they do in the lower divisions, because I think it should be whatever team can get into that ranking within the 25 play for a national championship by playing out a playoff system against the other teams. That's my theory. That's my belief that it will come someday soon. What do you all think in the chat room? If you've enjoyed the podcast tonight so far, put 7s in the chat room. I appreciate you. I'm going to say this again. I've said this before. This man right here is an X factor. This man right here is an X factor. We know him as the great man himself, Wester. You saw him run that ball back a week ago. It was so dynamic. It was so exciting. This young man is I think going to be a key player in Saturday's game. Another guy I keep talking about is Colton Hood. I'm making a prediction right now. I think that Colton Hood is going to get an interception. I think he may do something in the game Saturday where he gets a touchdown. Maybe he runs an interception back for a touchdown. He's going to do something like he did last week where he knocked the ball out of the receiver's hand, and the ball came doing what? It fell into the hands of Travis Hunter. Remember that? Another thing. This man right here, Walker, is the real deal at line. This young man at defensive end is the real deal. I'm looking forward to what he brings to the table on Saturday, right? Shedeur, all these guys are the real deal on this team right now. And another one, Preston Hodge could have a big game. He could do something. Let's not sleep on Carter Stoudemire, who they put him in the game in certain packages. He has come into his own as a young player, is only going to get better. We already know what Craig can do. We know Craig is an enforcer out there. Craig has been the leader in the secondary so far. I thought that it would be Shallow. Shallow's had some, he got hurt early on, but he's playing better football since last week. But no, we have to be honest that Craig is the man who actually sets that standard in that secondary right now, okay? We got to be honest about that. Another person that I'm very happy to think that is going to get off, and this is the man right here, Nakai Hill-Green, has been all over the damn place on this football team, should have a breakout game again next week. Let's not sleep on B.J. Green. I think B.J. Green has put a lot, is causing pressure and havoc. Even if he doesn't sack the quarterback, he causes problems if you just watch him play. Let's not sleep on Bentley. Bentley had a great game last week, and I want to see him do that. He's a member of Q Sci-Fi fraternity. I want to see him throw up that Q Sci-Fi hands up in the air because he's making plays and he's happy. Once again, Nakai Green, we know what he can do, right? The young man is back. The one that I was one of my favorites to be. I still feel he's going to be the future of this team in terms of the running game, and that's Micah Welsh. Let's not sleep on any of the talents that we have, right? As this young man, that young man, Bryant, sat up there and said, well, we got a lot of talent too. Yes, you may have talent, sir, but we have talent too. And therefore, you said out of your own mouth that you're looking forward to the matchup. It's been penciled on your calendar. Well, it's coming on Saturday. It's coming tomorrow. And we're going to show you what you've been watching on film and what you've been doing in practice is not the same as the game when we come to town and we do this on you like this. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, everybody, for being here. Again, thank you for watching the program. This is Prime Sports Media. I'm your host, Information Man. I want you all to have a great night. I want you all to have a great weekend. We're going to all be watching the game on Saturday. My goal is to bring you to go live on Saturday after the game is over so that we can all celebrate together because I think they're going to win. And if they win tomorrow, we're basically a shoo-in, as far as I'm concerned, for that Big 12 play. Okay? Championship play, that is. Excuse me, everybody. So I want to thank you. Make sure you share this video on all your social media. Tell somebody about the channel. I really appreciate you all in the chat room. Thank you for being here tonight. Brother Richards, welcome to the crew. Let me read a couple of things that people are saying before I end everything. Let me see. Coach Barry says Shedeur and Hood too. Yeah, Colton Hood, I think, is fantastic. He has been doing tangible things since being with us. Coach, we need Bama, Boise State to lose. BYU, we need to win, so we play a high-ranked team in the championship. Right, I get what you're saying. If we beat a high-ranked team, it's going to push us further in that national championship. I hear you. I want Boise to lose, okay? Bama, let them lose, too. I don't care. Whatever happens, happens. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Coach Barry says, we need Alden Walker, BJ, Hill Green, Wade, Bentley, Omarion, Cam, Shallow, McKinney, DJ McKinney, and all to destroy. Yeah, not sure if Coke will be. I think Coke, don't quote me, but I almost think that Coke is out for the season. I almost think he might be out. He might be done. Because I heard Coach Prime talking about him weeks ago, and he didn't sound too good on him playing, but we'll have to see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's not out for the season. Maybe we'll see, but we haven't heard anything. And Jimmy Horn is traveling with the team today, so that's a good sign. We need Jimmy Horn out there on that field because of the fact that he stretches the field with his speed, and he will cause them to have to. I think that we're going to cause Kansas, we're going to cause them matchup problems. Because who's going to guard Wester? Who's going to stop Travis? And if they put Draylon Miller out there, who's going to stop Draylon Miller? Who going to stop Will Shepherd? Let's be honest about this, everybody. What's going on? Jeffrey Bay, thank you for watching tonight. Richards, thank you for watching tonight. Perry Brown, thank you for that super chat that you gave me earlier tonight, brother. And thank you for supporting the chat. He says, I don't forget the Wade twins. Right. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Brother Brown, Perry Brown, or maybe I'm saying the name wrong. Percy Brown. I'm sorry about that. Not Perry, Percy Brown. Tell me if I'm wrong, Brother Brown, or right. Didn't Coach Prime, didn't they say that Wade, the linebacker number 27, one of the Wade brothers, didn't they say that he's foregone a red shirt, that he's not going to red shirt now, that he's going to be in this game tomorrow? Is that true? I thought they were thinking about, I think they said if you play 4 games, after 4 games, you can be using 4 games before they red shirt you. But it looks like he's foregoing a red shirt. Maybe he's going to red shirt next year. Who knows? Wade is not going. Let me see what Coach Barry said. Wade is not going to red shirt. Yes, he is playing the rest of the season. Okay, brother.
Tell the truth.
Thank you for adding to the clarification tonight. Never embarrass Kobe Bryant versus Travis Hunter. He can't stop Travis Hunter. I'm going to tell you that right now. He will not be able to stop Travis Hunter. And guess what? Especially with Shedeur saying that, hey, if you play man-to-man, and I'm scrambling around, well, what happens? What's great about Shedeur and Travis Hunter is that they can play off script. They can play out of the play. Like, Travis has great instincts. He knows how to, like, when things break down, he knows just where to run, how to position his body. I don't think Brian is going to be ready for that. It's going to be a battle. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be a battle. There's going to be some, but you know how CU plays. In the beginning of the game, it's a little rough. And once they fill the team out, they really come on strong, right? Especially in that second half. But I'm asking that they don't start slow. They need to start fast to take that crowd out of the game that's going to be supporting Kansas. Take them out of the game. Hush their crowd. Brother Brown says, you're right, sir. Thank you. Thank you, Brother Brown. Alicia put 7 in there. Let me get it. Michael Lawrence is in the house, and he says this. No, not 25, but 6 teams in each poll. Okay. No, I like the top 25 teams that make it into the playoff system. I like that. Because you know why? I want to see more football, sir. More football means what? More enjoyment. Okay? I want to see more football, not less football. That's why I want to see them expand it even past 12 teams to 25 teams. And then that be the cutoff point, right? Because I want to see more football. And I want to see other teams that are in that top 25, like the teams that are 25, 23. I like to see them have a chance. and see if there could be a Cinderella story of a team that's in the top 25, like a team that's ranked 25, and they move through. I want to see more excitement out of college football. We're going to get it this year, obviously, with the 12-team playoff system, but I want to see more. I'm greedy. I'm greedy like that. All right, everybody, I'm going to get ready to get out of here. David Walker comes through one more time saying football is a team game. This is why I said that they will scheme guys open. So if they're in a zone, he'll find the man-to-man matchup or fine. Thank you, brother. All right, everybody. We got to get out of here. I appreciate you. Everybody watching, share the video. Coach Barry, thank you. Coach Barry says this, I like that we can run 4 wide receivers, put Shepard on one side of the field, and play Travis and Wester on the same side of the field and put, woo, that's a lot of pressure. And pressure busts pipes, as y'all already know. Eric Davis came in and said, nobody's stopping Travis. Yeah, nobody's stopping Travis, Eric Davis. You're completely right. Everybody, enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll all be watching the game tomorrow. I'll try to do my best to go live after the game at some point in time that evening or right after the game, and we'll all celebrate together. We'll all talk and celebrate together and break down what players did what. I'm looking forward to this game tomorrow. I think this game is going to be a very exciting game. But I'm going to say this again. CU has to take this team serious. CU has to be focused. The defense needs to continue carrying us like they did. If the offense wakes up tomorrow with the defense doing what it's doing, this game is over. They put pressure on this quarterback who has not been throwing the ball that great this year. I'm telling you, they don't do a great job of putting pressure on the opponents. I suspect that Shedeur is going to have a big game tomorrow, 400-yard game or more. We're going to see. With that said, everybody, thank you and peace. Peace to you, everybody. Take care. Woo! I appreciate everybody watching the program. Make sure you subscribe. We're going to come back with more presentation. Shout out to all the other content creators. Shout out to the people that's watching in the chat room and watching in the clouds. I appreciate you. Thank you. We got Juju, everybody. Julian Lewis. That's right. Keep this thing going even into next year as well. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Prime Sports Media, baby.
Prime Sports Media, Mike Prime Sports Media.